very good morning, and thank you so much for staying with us. Yes, this is your number one dial, Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. 2 minutes gone past 7 a.m. this beautiful Friday morning, and hey, thank God it's Friday! I'm super excited. It's weekend already, guys. At this juncture, I'd like to say happy weekend to the weekenders. Yes, has the week been productive? Has it been fruitful for you? You know what? Whether or not it's been productive, whether or not it's been fruitful for you, or you were able to like meet up, with your target and all of that, you know what? Drop all of that aside and enjoy the weekend. Yes, I am the one telling you to enjoy the weekend. I said so. All right, guys, I am Omoife Pisa Semer, and a warm welcome to the Eagles Morning Rise Breakfast Show right here on Eagles FM 102.3, your radio experience you can count on. Yes, we've got a lineup of segments, yes, just to, inform you and also keep you entertained as well because, they say all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. I don't know if Jack is still dull, though, but I don't want to dull. I don't want you to dull as well. Yes. So catch on with the vibe and the energy that I actually bring forth this beautiful Friday morning, and no dulling moment right here. Anywho, this is the Pages segment where we'll get to review the blazing headlines for the day. And yes, this is going to last until 8 a.m. this morning. At 8 a.m., the sports, minister, I was about to call him the sport bishop, but I just realized that he's not the sport bishop, but the sports minister. That's the person of Vicky Vic. He'll be right here to bring you up to speed with the latest happenings in the world of sports. And of course, at 9 o'clock, we get to discuss or talk politics, if you like, or, issues affecting us as Nigerians. I think national burning issues would do. Yes, that is, a bill for 9 o'clock, and that is, of course, the Eagles Outlook segment. And I tell you, we'll have a lot more lined up for your listening pleasure. You know what? As we say it in Warri Delta State, we not a carry last in this Abuja. Now we there. If we there, now we there. Have I introduced myself? I am a more of a piece of seminar. I mean, I can actually say that a million times and not even get tired of hearing it. And that's because I actually want you to, get a hold of my identity. I mean, my name on this show. As always, we get to bring you up to speed with 10 things that you need to know for the day. And today is Friday. Let's start off with this one, where there are indications that civil servants under the federal government payroll will start receiving the new minimum wage payment before the end of September. Hallelujah. The spokesperson of the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Bawa Mokwa, gave the hint on Thursday. Moving on, Kwara State High Court in Ilorin on Thursday sentenced to death the bloody of our banked armed robbers. Yes, the court ordered that the convict, Ayoade Akinibosun, Ibikunle Ogunleye, Adeola Abraham, Salahuddin Aziz, and Nii Ogundirom be hanged. The convict had on April 5, 2018 attacked banks and police stations in the Asian city, killing scores of people, including police officers. We are humans, and the truth is, we've got blood running through our veins. But do they really deserve this, sentence? Yes, because lives were also lost, during that attack in 2018. So if you're out there and you're actually maybe thinking or contemplating robbing a bank or committing any crime of, whatever crime it is that you have in your head that you want to execute, think twice. All right, because the law will definitely catch up with you. Moving on now, the federal government on Thursday announced the suspension of at least 2 senior officers in charge of the maximum and minimum custodial centers, Kirikiri, Lagos State. This is coming amid an audio leak indicating that cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, who was convicted of a crime and sentenced to 6 months in jail, was given a private apartment. Okay, very dark man actually has been giving us a run for our money lately. And now the House of Representatives has told Aliko Dangote, the owner of Dangote Refinery, to disclose the cost he is selling petroleum from his refinery to NNPC Limited and other major marketers. The lawmakers also asked NNPCL to disclose the amount the refinery is paying for crude oil. This resolution followed a motion moved by Oboku Ofoji on Thursday during plenary. At number 5, yes, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has said that President Bola Tinubu is implementing a series of transformative policies and reforms to address the missteps of the past and make Nigeria emerge as a formidable economic superpower very soon. He said this on Thursday in Abuja at a press conference to unveil the activities lined up for the country's 64th independence anniversary. How did this even skip my mind? I should have started, on this note. But hey, congratulations to Nigeria and Nigerians in advance. I mean, the 64th independence anniversary will be coming up, pretty soon. How prepared are you? Have you bought, the green, white, green, flags yet? Come on, we have to be patriotic and come all out, to celebrate, of course, our nation's independence, anniversary. So much to be thankful and grateful for, if you ask me, but I'll leave it there. Now, former President Goodluck Jonathan says Nigeria did not lose $49.8 billion under his administration, as stated by the 16th Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, in his new book. According to the former president, who spoke on Thursday in Abuja, the country cannot lose such an amount and still be able to pay salaries. Okay. And now a bill seeking to amend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to allow for independent candidacy has been reintroduced at the House of Representatives. The bill, which is sponsored by the spokesperson of the House of Representatives, Akin Rotimi of Ekiti, All Progressives Congress, was passed for first reading on Thursday. Moving on now, real quick, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has predicted thunderstorms from Thursday to Saturday across Nigeria. NIMET's weather outlook released on Wednesday in Abuja predicted thunderstorms over parts of Kebbi State on Thursday during the morning hours, while in the southern region, there are prospects of thunderstorms over parts of Ebonyi, Imo, Abia, Ondo, Edo, Cross River, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Delta State during the morning hours. At number 9, the Senate on Thursday passed the Southwest Development Commission Establishment Bill 2024 for the third reading. The passage of the bill on Thursday followed the presentation of a report by the chairman of the Senate Committee on Special Duties, Senator Kakashi Hulawan, during plenary. And the last thing you need to know for today is no fewer than 8 persons have been killed in an inter-cult clash in the Awara and Ochia communities of Ohaji Egbema local government area of Imo State. A community leader who spoke to reporters on Thursday lamented the inability of the state government to provide security to check the deadly onslaught of cultists in the communities. That's it, guys, for the 10 things that you need to know today, Friday, yes, which is, of course, the 27th day in the month of September 2024. And this is the point where I get to say that September is actually running so fast. Because how do you explain the fact that today is 27th already? But hey, I'm really happy because salary week is around the corner. Oh. All right, guys, I'll leave you there for, 10 things that you need to know for today. And let's quickly take a look at the national dailies. Guys, a lot is going on at the moment, and it looks like we've got a lot to chew on in the days to come. In a build-up to October 1, where we get to celebrate 64th independence anniversary. I know a number of questions would actually come to the fore, like, what are we really celebrating? What has changed? But hey, it's been 25 years of uninterrupted democracy. Do you know what that means for the nation? I'm beginning to sound like a preacher. I'll leave it there this morning and take a look at the Vanguard newspaper now. On the Vanguard newspaper this morning, the big news story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper says alleged missing $49.8 billion as the kicker. Why Sanusi had to go as CBN governor. This is coming from former President Goodluck Jonathan. And this is actually a page 5 read on the Vanguard newspaper. As a matter of fact, it comes with 2, 3, 4, 5 riders underneath the major headline. I'm going to take them one after the other. The first one here says allegation against his government cooked up. Who cooked it? We don't know. Note, audit report commissioned to probe allegation cleared his government. And then the third writer says insist he did not cart away any amount of money from government coffers. The fourth writer says, you constructively dismissed me as CBN governor. Sanusi replies, Jonathan. And the last writer says, adds, I don't have any grudge against you. Come on, that's the spirit of brotherhood. I mean, if it were to be the other gender, they would actually begrudge you till thy kingdom come, which is not good. Learn to let things out of your chest, you understand, so you can breathe well. Anyways, that's on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Still on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, flood, that's the kicker. How 5 northern states lost 141 lives in 2 months. Now, this is really disturbing and sad, a story to hear. That's on page 8. Bobrisky, that's the kicker. Federal government suspends prisons officers. Well, one would say that's a step in the right direction because, hey, investigation is ongoing. So, if you have been alleged to have, directly or indirectly participated or involved yourself in some sort of, scratch my back, I scratch your back, you have to step aside, let the investigation, take its full course. If you're not guilty, of course, you'll be called back. But if you're guilty, you will just pass there and go. But that will not stop you from, facing the law. Christian elders to federal government. Reverse fuel price hike to avert looming crisis. That's on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And then this one here says, Edo Poll, that is the kicker. I will be servant of all, ready to work with opposition. This statement is credited to the governor-elect, Senator Monday Okpebolo. He said, and I quote, I will be servant to all, ready to work with opposition. This statement is beginning to sound like that of, the former president, Muhammad Buhari. I belong to nobody and I belong to everybody. This one says it's going to be a servant to all. But let's not, forget that we're definitely going to hold you, by these words, right? A writer underneath that headline says, receives certificate of return. That's on page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. This one here says, this day publisher to military, stop arresting protesters, go after kidnappers. Okay, that's on page 32. Gagging media will stagnate democracy, Governor Oyebanji talking there, and that's on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Nigeria at 64. At 64. SGF ministers defend Tinubu's policies amid cabinet reshuffle hint. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And then this one here says, why some Heritage Bank depositors are yet to be refunded. This is coming from NDIC boss. That's on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And the last one here is coming from sports. Eguavian continues as Super Eagles head coach against Libya. This is coming from NFF, so I'll leave it there this morning for the Vanguard newspaper. Grab a copy to get details, the tea, right? Now let's take a look at the Nation newspaper this morning. The Nation newspaper is leading differently from the Vanguard. It says, federal government cushioning effect of reforms, say ministers. Federal government cushioning effects of reforms, say ministers. Now, this comes with 2 riders underneath that headline. The first one here says, 20 million Nigerians get cash support. The second rider says, petrol subsidy removal has opened sector to investment. You get details of that this morning on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Tinubu, that's the kicker. Edo will get full support. Okpebolo visits Villa. That's also on the front page of the Nation newspaper, and it continues on page 4. Under 18 pupils won't sit for West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination. Minister insists. But why do we actually have a problem with this? Under 18. There are kids who are super intelligent, not kids now, children or people, if you like, who are super intelligent and they get, double promotion. So if they get to finish secondary school before 18 years, why shouldn't they proceed? I mean, that's on page 3 of the Nation newspaper this morning. This one here says prisons controllers suspended as probe of Bobrisky's claim begins. That's on page 2 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Senate passes Southwest Development Commission bill. You get that on page 3 this morning. Jonathan refutes Emir Sanusi's claim on missing $49.8 billion. That's a page 3 read on the Nation newspaper this morning. Ex-Governor Yahaya Bello, not afraid of facing trial, says Media Aid. All right, that's on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. And I'll leave it right there for the Nation newspaper this morning. I'll grab a copy to get details. Oh, please pardon me. Please pardon me. We have two stories here that I actually did not touch. This one here says military destroyed 8,970. I beg your pardon, it's actually 897 illegal refining sites in the third quarter of the year. And that's on page 6. This one here says CJN to swear in 87 as senior advocates of Nigeria. That's on page 3 of the Nation newspaper this morning. That will be it for the Nation newspaper. So grab a copy to get details of, those headlines. On the Punch newspaper this morning, federal government begins payment. Salaries rise to 4 trillion naira. That's on page 3. Right underneath it says 100. What am I saying now? 123. All right, right underneath the headline says 1,236,824 federal workers to earn 334.9 billion naira monthly. NLC, TUC, Lot Federal Government. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. When you see figures like this, you begin to wonder, do we really have all of these monies in this country? Yet people are finding it difficult to cope. I really wish I have all of these monies in my possession. Trust me. Life will be much, much better. Anyway, still on the Punch newspaper this morning, why my administration suspended Sanusi. That is credited to the former President Jonathan. That's on page is this page 60 of the Punch newspaper? Do we have up to 60 pages on the Punch newspaper? Well, it appears it's actually page 60. So grab a copy to get details of that. And then this one here says, oil companies owe government over $6 billion. This statement is credited to Nati, and that's on page 49. Federal government probing bandit sponsors. Federal government probing bandit sponsors. This is coming from the Defense Headquarters. That's on page 55 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Oshomole congratulates Okpebolo, wants Obaseki probed. Okay. Things are about to take another twist and turn, turns if you like, in Edo State. Right, okay. You should be probed. Okay. That's on page 45 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And this one here says 21 children killed in Kenya school fire are buried. That's on page 29. Bobrisky, that's the kicker. Reps commence probe. Prison controllers suspended. Kwara hails a death sentence for 5 of her bank robbers. You get details of that story on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And then Afinefere demands restructuring as Senate okays a Southwest Development Commission. Details of our story this morning on page 55 of the Punch newspaper. And I think that will be it for the Punch newspaper this morning. Let's quickly take a look at the Daily Trust newspaper. On the Daily Trust newspaper today, flood displaces 82 communities in Niger. This comes with 4 riders underneath that headline. The first one here says, we used canoes to evacuate our families. And then the second one says, situation worrisome, council chair talking there. The third one says, 19 local government areas affected this year. Sema DG talking right there. And the last rider says, local government areas cut off in Borno. You get all of that on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Federal government suspends prisons officers over Bobrisky allegation. Hardship, that is the kicker. Tinubu orders low-key 64th independence celebration. Low-key 64th independence celebration. Okay. probably because of the hardship on ground, or because of the groanings and lamentations of Nigerians. So do we really have to like throw a party to celebrate? I know earlier I said that we have a lot to be thankful for. I mean, 25 years of uninterrupted democracy is actually a lot really to be thankful for. However, the economic reality on ground is really biting hard on Nigerians, and somehow that's going to influence their mood, whether or not to go all out to celebrate or to just stay indoors and reflect on the progression of events in the country. But anywho, that's actually on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And then Jonathan counters Emir Sanusi, says Nigeria did not lose $49.8 billion under his watch. All right, that's on page that's actually on page 7 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. 50 million Almajiri out of school children roaming Nigeria's streets. This is coming from the federal government. Now, what could be the reason? I mean, 50 million Almajiri and out of school children. And I think recently, UNICEF actually put the number of out of school children in Nigeria at, I think, 18 million, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if the figure has actually seen a surge lately, but at the time, that was actually early this year, it was 18 million. Now we have 50 million Almajiri out of school children roaming Nigeria's street. What does that actually portend, for our dear country, Nigeria, especially for the fact that we always say that the children are the leaders of tomorrow. So if we have the leaders of tomorrow roaming the street, what then does the future hold for Nigeria? Anyway, that's on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. I bet you'd like to, get a good read on that one. This one here says cholera kills 11 in Ebonyi. And then tour operators suspend registration for 2025 Hajj. The last one I'll be taking from the Daily Trust newspaper says of a bank robbers to die by hanging after 6-year trial. 6 years, okay. That'll be it for the Daily Trust newspaper. And at this juncture, this is where you get to call in now to share your thoughts with us on these headlines. I mean, so much to talk about with a lot to take in. I'll always say, yes, call in to share your thought with us as to what you make of these headlines. Yes, and please, when you call in to share your thoughts, you have to stay civil, avoid the use of vulgar or abusive language, right? And maintain, if possible, 2 minutes or less. All right, so we can also accommodate, other, opinions and even, thoughts on the pages this morning. Do well also to turn down the volume of your radio set so we can hear ourselves clearly. All right. The numbers to call would be 090-8766-8888, 090-8766-8888, or 090-7353-0044. I take that again, 090-7353-0044. You can also send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 0909-705-4450, 090-9705-4450. Call in and let's hear from you. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yes. Am I on to Ego FM?
Yes, please. What's your name and location?
Yes. Yeah. Good morning to all Nigerians. Governor in Edo State.
What's your name and location, please?
Who?
Please tell me your name and location now.
Sorry. Oh, pick my name.
All right. Please call in and let's hear from you what your thoughts are with regards to, the headlines for this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yes, my name is Prince Ike, calling from Karimo.
All right, Prince Ike, please go ahead.
Happy Friday.
I wish you say.
Yes, what I'm just trying to say, this issue of protest that, the level people are organizing together with the UTC is a weapon development. What I'm advising them, they should not, destroy any government property or fight or any other thing, because protest is being enshrined in our constitution. What is protest? For somebody to say no to what we feel that is not good. But because because in Nigeria, we are being multinational water nation, multi-religious nation, multicultural nation, and at the same time, multi-political nation. Let the government of the day hearken to the hearing of his people. You know, there is no way that we can say that the government is doing well, where there is because of what? Corruption, because of nepotism, tribalism, because of what? Oversighted appointment, because of insecurity. There is no water and hike of food prices. Nigeria is highly developed. Now, October 1st is going to become how many years? About 54 years thereabout that Nigerian people got her independence. You know, independence will have political independence, but our economy is still under the umbilical cord of Europeans and also America. It's a certain.
What exactly do you mean by that? I mean, we've gained independence, so how is our economy under, the custody of Europeans and whatever, you're talking about, Dr. Prince Ike?
Scientists, I read it. You know, why am I saying so? The independence of gotten, we got it, not through the battle of gun, but they say it's what we call socialization. Are you getting me? Now, if we are going to, get our independence socially, economically, as we are getting it politically, can we do away with the constitution being given to us by our colonial master, the language by colonial master, the culture but we inherited from our colonial master?
Dr. Prince Ike, I would like you to please wrap up your thoughts now because of time.
I'm rounding up. So, why am I saying so? Let the government give us a redefinition of democracy. Let us be, a country that is being developed, so that we are going to, knock on with a socialized and also develop and also industrialized country.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Prince Ike. I'm afraid I have to let you go now. I mean, I stated earlier that we should try to maintain at least 2 minutes or less so we can also give others, who are patiently waiting to share their thoughts an opportunity, to also share, their viewpoints on, the headlines making the rounds today. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, your name and location, please. I didn't get your name. What's your name?
Moses.
All right, Moses. Please go
Where
ahead.
Where is my brother, UD?
UD,
Where is my brother, UD?
He is fine. He's fine. He's off duty today.
Yaya Bello is not afraid. He's not afraid to confront or to appear before EFCC by the media. Well, the issue of Yaya Bello has been on the watching note and media report all the while. I believe that if he has a clear conscience and a clear hand, let him come and defend himself. Enough is enough. We are tired on this issue of Yaya Bello. Let him appear before the EFCC to defend himself.
Right.
He called himself a white lion. So let him come. Then finally, 15 million Almajiri out of school roaming about the streets. That is one of the headlines. You raised a powerful issue that experts and economists should work on this. How much is the population of Nigeria? Over 200 million, and we have 15 million according to research. 15 million Almajiri moving around the school, out of school, moving around the street. What are we expecting? Crime. And that is why the rate of crime in this country and the insecurity up to date, we are still facing the challenge. So what are the economics doing? What are the governments doing? I remember during Goodluck Jonathan, there is a layout fund to build Almajiri schools to make sure that these children are given sound education. So our government will have a lot of things to do. Our politicians have a lot of things to do.
All right.
We shouldn't look at the politicians on position without taking care of the masses on the ground.
Okay.
So thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Moses. Thank you so much for your line of thought right there. Well, this is the pages on Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. We'll take a quick break now to pay some bills, and when we come back, you can trust that the studio lines will still be open for you to call in to share your thoughts. Do stay with us.
Child Protection Initiative Against Cybercrime (CCPRO) calls on all teens and tech lovers for the 3rd Nigeria Teen Cyber Festival, NG Teen Cyber Fest 2024. Join thousands of young minds as we dive into the future of technology and cybersecurity with the theme From Ideas to Impact, fostering innovation in the age of AI. Meet top tech experts, explore the latest in online privacy, join our hackathon contest, and win fabulous prizes. Date 3rd of October 2024 at the Olumawu School, Wuse 2, Abuja. To participate in the hackathon or main event, please call Bumi on 081-3309-8542 or Zubeiru on 070-6662-4417. NG Teen Cyber Fest. Secure, innovate, lead. The future is yours. Supported by Eagles 102.3 FM.
Heroes walk among us, unnoticed, uncelebrated, yet their impact shapes our nation. On the 2nd of October 2024 at 4 p.m., Nigeria will gather to honor the unsung heroes, those who have gone beyond the call of duty to uplift our great nation. Join us at the Nigerian Patriotism Awards at the prestigious Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. Be part of this historic event. Together, let's celebrate the individuals who represent the true spirit of Nigeria. The Nigerian Patriotism Awards 2024, October 2nd, 4 p.m., Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. Together, we rise. For more information, visit nigeriapatriotism.org or call 0803 059 6162, 0703 779 9765.
Get the desired clients for your business and service and get your phones buzzing. From the 1st of September to the 31st of December, you can advertise and reach a large audience with the Eagles FM Ember Months package. Advertise on any of our platforms and get a whopping 30% discount. That's right, 30% discount. For more information, please call 080 5919 8658, 080 5919 8658 or 081 57 91 7278, 081 57 91 7278. The Eagles FM 102.3 FM Ember Package is a sure way to getting a wider clientele for your business and service.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
This is Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. Just to remind you that you can visit our website at www.eaglesfm.com and you can download our app on iOS and Play Store. Link with us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now X, and TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja. Right. This is the pages, segment where we get to, look at the headlines for today. And I tell you, the studio lines are still buzzing. You can also be part of the conversation by calling us on 090-8766-8888. 090-8766-8888. You can also call 090-7353-0044. Send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp platform on 090-9705-4450. Hello, good morning to you. All right, we lost that call. Please do want to call back. Let's hear from you what your thoughts are. Yes, so much to talk about this morning with a lot to take in. I'll go right ahead, and take, this message from the WhatsApp portal this morning. This one here says, Samia from Kuje says, a wonderful good morning to you, my sister, Omoife. Congratulations and welcome to Friday. Please let Emir Sanusi Lamido Sanusi kindly face his assignment as a traditional ruler and stop meddling into politics. The ministers who are defending the policies of the president that is bringing untold hardship hunger and insecurity to the masses are doing so because they want the president to retain them so that they will continue to inflict Nigerians with their wicked and inhuman policies. All I know is that nothing lasts forever, and posterity will judge all of us, whether for doing good or doing bad. May God have mercy on us in this country. In Jesus' name, amen. I rest my case. Have a good Friday. My sister Moefe, you too, Samuel, have a good Friday. Hello, good morning to you. What's going on with the studio line this morning? Please keep trying. I'm sure you would actually get across soon enough. Yes, the number to call, or the numbers are 090-8766-8888. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
My name is Isa Ashiku, calling you from Kuchiko in Nasarawa Karu local government.
All right, Isa, please go ahead.
About the governor that is for all and not for all. Nigeria will opted to be democratic. But what the APC now are bringing is they are endangering our democracy.
How do you mean?
They did it in Kogi. They did it now in Edo of seizing, using security interests to seize power and INEC. And then the court will confirm them because all of them are appointees of the president. Mr. President should know that power is a flagjack. Tomorrow, the power will come out from their hand. It was under PDP. So they should be very careful. Our children are learning something. Anything that will bring chaos, anything that will bring killing, as we agree to go to democracy, please, in the name of God, FTC to allow democracy to work. If they are endangering democracy, they are endangering. Look at the poor policy. All our economy spoiled. Everything taking us back. And then they are playing with our life, with the life of our children.
Isa, it appears you are a PDP loyalist, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, clearly from your submission this morning, you happen to be a PDP loyalist. No pun intended. I mean, it's okay for you to belong to any political party, but I think, criticism should be constructive, right, and objective.
Mr. President, promise us.
Hello. All right, Isa, thank you so much for calling regardless. But, whilst, criticizing, policies, of the government of the day and whatnot, let's try to be a little bit constructive, and objective as well. And we should also be very mindful of the choice of words that we use, right? It's really, really very important. Okay, I'll take this message now. This one is from James from Suleja. James says, isn't it time the government and Dangote Group stops, misleading and distracting Nigerians with all these deception of petrol price and shenanigans? Government finally begins to pay the new minimum wage it deceptively agreed to with labor. Let us remember the wage was agreed to on the conditions that petrol price would be adjusted upwards. The whole allegations of missing money under the Jonathan administration were part of moves orchestrated to remove him from office. We have seen how far we have come since then. Those who used Nigerians to remove Goodluck from power now seem completely devoid of ideas and have been making excuses and trading blames ever since. As usual, the government always, talking about imaginary cushioning effect it is putting in place against its clueless anti-people policies, and by cushioning effect, it's simply, referring to its Bambiala palliative measures. Oh my God. Sharing rice and cash as measures to cushion the effect of its policies reeks of, cluelessness. Suddenly, they now realize the number of Almajiris roaming the streets. One of the things Emir Sanusi spoke up against, and that actually led to his forceful removal back then. The Almajiri issue isn't going away anytime soon, as it is the major tool used by the... No, you can't say it's a major tool used by the northern elites. Come on, James, come on. You can do better. Our politicians have successfully weaponized religion and poverty and are quick to mobilize those they keep under the shackles. All right. James, thank you so much for, this message. But please, again, let's, try to, be very mindful of the choice of words that we use so we don't blow things out of proportion, all right? Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yeah, this is Mayor calling for Central Area.
What's your name again?
Mayor.
Mayor from Central Area. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I discover most about Nigeria is that we know that something is not working, but let us not be religious and tribalistic maybe doing about what we are seeing.
Absolutely.
Because no matter anything somebody do in life, you go see somebody that this is a platform that you see people go shout, they carry attention for themselves for what maybe is not happening. Somebody just dey inside their room, they cool in body with AC. You just they shout or not or necessarily something. Government supposed to do our own. Senator supposed to do our own. There's a part in everybody that's supposed to do our own. With people that they are selling gari in the market, people they sell gari for them that maybe they increase gari, normally gari. Government to help us in this country.
All right, Mayor, thank you so much. Actually, it's not really right to say people are just, shouting. The truth is, they're all passionate about, the Nigerian story and the progression of events. So sometimes when they call in and they are shouting on top of their voices, you really can't blame them. I mean, what we only want people to take note of is the fact that no matter how passionate you are about, the issues bedeviling the country at the moment, you should try to be civil, whilst you're making your observations or contributions on platforms like this, so we don't blow things out of proportion. I'll take this call. And actually, someone just caught my attention to the fact that the one of the studio lines has been switched off, and that's because of some Nigerians who they refuse to listen to simple instructions. Yes, that's actually the WhatsApp line, I guess. So when your calls actually come in and we're trying to take voice, we just have to put the the phone on flight mode. But thank you so much for calling my attention to that, Daniel from Kurudu. The line is on now, so you can keep the calls coming in on 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. You can also send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 090-9705-4450. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yeah, this is Felix from Lambata.
What's your name?
Felix from Lambata.
All right, go ahead, Felix.
I don't know, UD and UD has been very lenient with us in moderation, and I think you should also be lenient with us in their moderation. We are not government spokesperson.
Of course.
We are airing our views, our opinion as it pains us, as it affects us. Let's not pretend about the plight of and the suffering and the pains of Nigerians. So please be lenient in the way you moderate. Thank you very much.
Felix, I'm also sure that you wouldn't want to wake up, tomorrow to hear that the station has actually, been, shut down, probably because of the level of engagement that we had with listeners. We understand that you're passionate about these issues, but the point we're trying to stress is you should be civil. Stay civil, please. I mean, we're not going to fold our arms and allow someone calling, use abusive or vulgar words just because you're passionate about these issues. It's not done. We are adults. I think that's the point one is trying to stress or make this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Yes, what's your name and location, please?
This is Bright.
Bright. Good to have you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
You see, however, if Nigerians are complaining about the type of leadership of ADC, they are saying their opinions. If you have a job and maybe you are getting something that you are eating now, you don't see how people are suffering. If you come around the area where people are living, you see pure suffering. And it's not that PDP are good, but when PDP we are in the saddle, at least people we are breathing. But now, the oxygen in the air has been seized. Do you know that there is a place I normally pass when I'm coming back from work?
Okay.
They have good shops, almost like 14 shops there. But now, to be sincere, I'm telling you that it's only one shop that's remaining there. People that are selling there are closed down. It's only one woman that's doing salon that is there now. Is that type of improvement of economy? Okay, look at insecurity everywhere. Okay, look at the common food that people don't complain before. Before, who eat this? But now, go to the market and price this. So when people are saying that this APC, don't take it personal. It's not because of you. And not that you are protecting, you are the manager of this program, but at least bear with us. It is, they say that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. People are really suffering. Okay, look at the election. Look at this election they had in Kogi. It's not APC that conducted the election. APC won. And now, EFCC, their own organization, is telling the governor that he did something wrong. And the governor, because he was put there by the former governor, is going hand in hand to the EFCC, and they say that is the minute. Look at what happened in Edo. Did you watch in this thing where the governor and his deputy and other people, they are kneeling down for senior president and the president, and tomorrow you tell me that the governor will do anything by himself. Without, okay, look at what is happening in the past state. It is just politicians. When people are complaining, it's not that they are complaining out of maybe they hated the APC or something. No. But it's because the type of their ruling. Okay, look, let me tell you, you know that now, I've said that there's no need of worrying Yaya Bello. Go and check how many of those will EFCC called, how many of them have been convicted. Look at this one that was cooking rice for students when people were on holidays and they're spending billions. They went there and came back. Okay, look, what was the one that did Yahoo with an airline from Ethiopia? Has been arrested. What is the case now? Okay, if you want to just go and check the hostess and look at the humongous amount of money states have been given. Go and look at their area. What development is it not? No money is being accounted for. Look at as I'm just talking about this flood victims. The same people that didn't manage the environment very well, and the flood happened. The same people, the federal government are giving the money to manage. Don't you think that those people will be there and prep another program so that more money will come? They will put it in their pocket.
Now
so that's what we are complaining.
That actually speaks volumes, Bright, to say that another flood will come so they can get more money.
Yes, because they are not being sacked. Okay. Because they were incompetent. Okay, look at fuel now. Petroleum minister now is telling us that he's not putting map or he's not going to handle the petroleum prices. Petroleum minister, somebody that called himself a petroleum minister. Look at it. So where is the hope? Where is the hope? Where are we heading to?
All right, Bright. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in this morning to share your thoughts. And also, I'd like to, appeal to the family members, right? I understand that is, like how, the religious listeners and, contributors right here are called family members. Dear family members, no one is trying to gag, your thought patterns or your opinions. What we're just trying to stress or say is that we should just, be very cautious of the words that we use, because this is a media house. This is a radio station. It's not a charity organization. And there are extant laws, right, that actually, binds us, right, to do the right thing even on air. So we cannot fall short of that. That's the point I'm trying to make. No one is trying to gag your opinions. It's okay for you to call in and, express your views with so much passion, however way you want. But please, the choice of words, that is just what we're talking about. All right? Thank you so much for your understanding. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. Amoife.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Daniel from Kurudu. Finally, my number went through.
Yes, hallelujah.
Thank you.
All right,
honestly, you are doing a very beautiful job. God bless you, Gusefen.
Thank you.
You see, for we the callers, it is a privilege, it's not our right. This is a private radio station. You see, my opinion concerning leadership is about individuals' integrity in leading us. I don't care whether you are from north, south, east, west, or even a foreigner. If you can give us good governance, that is my own. Okay. Since 1998, we have been witnessing leadership. But to me, my own personal opinion is that I least expect the present situation from the present-led federal government. Even the past government, they tried. But the reality on ground, I don't want to be sentimental.
All right.
If you are a youth or adult that is fearing for yourself and people that are looking up to you, you will realize that Nigerians are going through a very critical situation. So the government should wake up to their responsibility.
Right.
The suffering is too much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your viewpoint right there. This is a wake-up call to the government of the day. The people are suffering, right? So please do the needful. And for a number of Nigerians, the palliatives, in terms of, sharing rice and maybe cash is not realistic. It's not really, enough, to cushion the impact of some of these, policies that have been introduced over time. Hello, good morning to you. Could you please turn down the volume of your radio set?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yeah, Bashir is my name. I'm calling from my Tama.
All right, Bashir. Good
No, my sister, you are doing a good job.
Thank you.
But I don't want you to blame the people. All right. Hungry man and hungry man. What is happening in Nigeria today, honestly, simple something, minor thing that is supposed to be escalated. They escalate it because hungry man and hungry man. I just pray, let government wake up, as my head brother said, to take care of their responsibility. People are hungry. Right. So, welcome for the good job, my sister.
Thank you very much.
People are hungry. Don't get angry with other people that they talk anyhow. Because people are hungry seriously. And they get angry. Thank you, my sister. Well done.
Thank you very much, Bashir. Thank you so much. I mean, we are all family members here, right? No one is actually angry. I'll just go on to WhatsApp and take some of the messages that we have here. This one here says, good morning, Efe. I noticed my voice note has not been taken for 3 days now. So let me just use this medium to wish my Muslim brothers and sisters a blessed Jumat Mubarak. May Allah accept our prayers as acts of ibadah and grant us and the nation peace and prosperity. I mean, Alamin from central area, sincere apologies, Alamin. You must also understand that not taking your voice notes, I mean, it's not really deliberate. Probably we ran out of time, and that's the much reason why we didn't take, your voice note. But thank you so much regardless, for staying with us. And then this one here says, good morning, Lady Omoefe and Obong Udwak Daniel in the house. The case of prison officials collecting bribes in order to give rich prisoners preferential treatment is not a new development in our custodial centers around the country. It's widely known that the practice has been going on for decades, but the government has, all along been pretending not to be aware of it. What a shame. In addition, the military should be advised to stop destroying the so-called illegal refineries in the Niger Delta because the masses will benefit from it in the face of perennial fuel scarcity in the country. In a situation where real refineries have been deliberately put out of action, what do the government want the masses to do? Continue suffering? God forbid. May God Almighty save us from ourselves. Comrade Ulo Basi from Buhari, Abuja, thank you so much for that message. And this one here says, good morning, Madam Omo. You are doing a good job with moderation. Please keep it up. Concerning the Almajiri issue in the north, this as a result of failure of the northern instructions. Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. And this one here, it says there are political elite and parents of these children who never see anything good about education. Governors in the north have over time failed in their responsibility to address out-of-school children and underage marriage, which is the main social political problem in the north. While the youth in the north are not so passionate about education, if I may ask, why are we not having so much out-of-school children in other regions? There are actually out-of-school children, in other regions. Okay, let's not just say that this is typical of the north. It's a case where we have, more of, the, how will I put it? The percentage of out-of-school children in the north actually is higher, so one would say, but the fact is we have out-of-school children in other parts of the country. I'm afraid I'll just have to leave it here now. Let me just take one voice note, and it will be a wrap, for today. Okay, this one is actually 1 minute 32 seconds. Why we always stress the need for you to make it 1 minute and 30 seconds. But let's take
Hola, callers and listeners of this platform. My name is Eric, sending my voice note from Kuje this morning. Yeah, Dangote is saying federal government should completely end fuel subsidy. And we all know this man is a major stakeholder in the oil industry. And yet, the federal government has always stand and affirmed that they are no longer paying subsidy in any form. Right from the time the current president made that statement on the day it was being sworn in that subsidy is gone. And Udwak, severally on this platform, the likes of Mr. GB, Halamin, Dr. Lajide, will always come on this platform and all our callers and listeners on this platform. My name is Eric from Kuje. Federal government suspends the Comptroller General of Prison concerning Bobrisky issue. I think that is commendable. And I also want to urge them to make sure everyone found wanting be punished, as in timely punishment, so that they can serve as deterrent unto others. I think over time, why people get away with crime in the society is because people are not being punished to serve as deterrent unto others. Just yesterday, I've always warned my kids not to always litter the house, the premises, the compound, with trash or dirty when they eat things. Yesterday I went out, came back, bought banana for them, and I was inside studying, and I came out, saw that they ate the banana and littered the compound with the banana peel. I've been warning them before now, but yesterday I beat them and told them the reason why I was beating them. I didn't do that because I want to be wicked or anything, but because I want to instill some level of discipline in them. I also want to let them know that cleanliness is good. Because we must train these children. That is why we have a lot of wrong happenings in the society. Because the foundation where most of these things ought to have been addressed has been left unattended to. And also, 50 million Almajiris roaming the streets of Nigeria. These children ought to be in school. Nobody to tell us that this is a tickling time bomb. Holy God can deliver the soul of this country. God bless you. Have a lovely weekend. And thank you.
Thank you very much for that voice note. And it's a wrap on the pages this morning. Thank you so much for listening and also keeping us company. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. I'd like to state clearly that the views expressed by the callers were not influenced by Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja. Coming up next is sports with Vicky Vick, the sports minister. But of course, we'll have a message for your listening pleasure. I am Omo Ife Piece of Semere. I'll be back at 9 a.m.